Oh, you should get an email. It's easy to take off, accept the invitation, then you'll be in. But so you can also click on this link. This will access you to this site right here. And this is our site that we'll be playing in. And you have 100% access to it. All the features of Easy Takeoff are all yours. So we got two projects in here right now. One's this training site. You can click on these videos to it's this little blue hyperlink, and it'll take you to YouTube setup. And I'm going to make these, it might be a little bit different depending on how long these are, but here I'm doing the quick start guide in 20 minutes. So let's go. So first thing when you get in, change it to dark mode. I'm a dark mode person. Hit your little icon up here in the top right and hit dark mode. I love dark mode. and, and then also while you're in here, hopefully once you're actually in the live site, if you're in the view only mode, don't do this, but once you're into the live site, to click accept invitation, I would bookmark this site. So you can always just go to bookmarks and bam, you're just in. It just works. So there's the training videos. You can actually navigate through. I made a little story. This is actually in our live environment. You can read through the story. I kind of had fun with this. Leah's awesome, by the way. She was one of the first adopters of zzTakeoff at Hensel Phelps about a year and a half ago. So let me take you to square one. So if you're starting a new project, you hit this little ZZ button in the top left, and you hit new project. I'm not gonna go. Well, why not? New project text. Fill out this stuff. Pick your region. These are all our Hensel Phelps regions, but pick whatever region's kind of close. Fill out the widgets and hit create project test 22. And you can go ahead and do this. It's just gonna be live. Anybody can make a project. Just go ahead. Then you literally find some drawings, drag and drop them in here. Let me just grab some really quick. I feel like I'm doing 0 to 100 for you. Just get started. So then it'll show up right here. It'll auto name it, sheet hyperlink. Just hit next and upload. So that'll go quick. And I'm going to delete this project too to not. Well, I'll just keep it there. It doesn't really matter. All right, so you can see it's auto naming the page. This is a test project that we used for one of our live trainings, actually. Just drop it in, hit done, mission accomplished, names the page, and does all the hyperlinks too for you. You kind of go on pages. Oh, hyperlink there, sweet, cool. Hit the button, takes you there. Hit the button, well, I guess I'm on the page. It'll take you there. Obviously, if I'm on the page that I'm on, it's not going to move. But you can also hit the back button on your mouse or back button in the browser, and that takes you to your last previous view, which is kind of cool to jump around. So anyways, before I dive into this, I want to go to open project view. So when you hit open project, hopefully you have it sorted by gray folders. I tried to set the default to be gray folders, but this is prevalent through the tool. You want to add stuff, you want to group it by, which right now it's grouped by region, or do you want to collapse, expand, and then 3 dots, you could do other stuff. That's typical through these 3 critical panes. But let's do group by because it's kind of cool. So right now I have group by region. I could do region and lead estimator, or maybe region and state, because maybe I filled that out. If people filled it out, I did it in one of them. You get the point. And then we also have yellow folders. Yellow folders are kind of like do it on the fly. Gray folders are more like sticky database level kind of company-wide widgets. For example, right now we have ours in yellow folders for our projects, but we're converting these all to gray folders because gray folders have a lot more benefits. And the same thing, just sorting world. But so whenever you need to find a project, and this is for the Hensel Phelps folks watching this too, just ignore this if you're new, but if you're only invited to one workspace, GC and trade partner, you'll see that there, but I have multiple in here. So if I go to the Hensel Phelps tenant, it'll be there, and that'll be all our 400 projects that are in there or whatever. But this is just the GC trade partner world. So this is great for like other people with multiple clients. And so when you get in here, you can search for projects like training. You quickly train and find it and go. And yeah, let's do the training one. So open the training folder. actually, this is the one we started, right? That's where you get the training. I actually want to go to the Rocky Mountain office. So hit open project and search Rocky Mountain office. So here's our new office. This is the one we're moving into, which is pretty cool. This is the DD set we developed, I don't know, feels like 2 years ago, but a little bit less. It actually looks like this too, which is amazing. And we're under budget. We held our budget too, which is awesome. Thank you, Leah. Leah built this thing out. I got to do the estimate, but anyways, I'll shut up. So on the left side, we got the drawing navigation. So you can kind of click through here and see, it's kind of like Bluebeam, right? Click, click, click. Did I do the hyperlinks on this one? You have to turn on the hyperlinks. Yep, I did. Sweet. So right when you get in here, first thing you want to do is kind of set the scale, auto scale it. But before I do leave that, I got to stop jumping around. So you want to, when you set up this project first by yourself, let's go to the one I just opened. You see how it's not organized in folders? So hit the plus button, make a new folder. And zzTakeoff is going to automate this too, but structural. So you say structural, do your drawings, and everybody in your team sees this too. You see how you can drag and drop and do that? So that's kind of slick how that's works wonderful, right? Make a bunch of folders, drag and drop them up there, and now they're collapsible, expandable. I think you could even do like another level 2. Maybe you want to break this out in levels. I'm just guessing you can do this. This is a question. I've never done this. Look at that. We can do multi-tier. Maybe some of these are not in the breakouts. This is just cool, right? You get it. So that's kind of how that works. I'm gonna go back to the Rocky Mountain test project. But one person sets this up because this is multiple users and everybody sees it. So now that we got the pages, you could double click on any page and kind of rename the page, mess with any of this stuff. This was one of my first features that I implemented for me. If you have a page that has a crap ton of color, I'm like, hey, Heber, can you throw this? I just want to turn off the color, right? Like, and he deployed it like the next day. I mean, this is the kind of stuff these guys do. So that's the pages. Let's might as well just hit the bookmarks while we're here. Let's say you have a page that you love seeing, like this. Let's say this keynote special. Hover over it, and you can hit set as new bookmark. Fun special detail. It saves. So anytime you kind of go click around here, you can just click fun special detail. It'll take you right back there, which is cool. You make folders there too, collapse, expand, all the same jazz. So now let's talk about the functionality piece is what I like to go next. Well, let me walk through the estimator workflow. The next thing the estimator does is they set the scale. So to set the scale, all you literally do, you could do it a couple different ways. I want to clear the scale, clear scale. So pretend there's no scale here. So if I could quickly, you could hit the scale bar. Oh, it's 1 inch equals 30. You could do that. You could do this. You could also hover over it and hit the scale button. See it's a scale AI, and hit that, and then it'll scale it for you. So that's an option too. But what works better, just do all of the freaking things at once. Every page, every one. So you actually have to hover over the whole dang thing and then hit the scale all button. See the all button? Yeah, I like the all button. And you get to pick what pages you want. Like some of these, oh, I didn't do some of them. Perfect. Let's go down to structural and see if those are done. So that'll be cooler to do. Sweet, these are not scaled. Love it. Let's do all the scales. I'm gonna do all the sheets again. Scale all button. I already did the architecturals, but I want to do the civils. Civils are always tricky too. So now you'll see little check boxes start to show up when it's scaled. So actually, it's a cross box. So now let's go verify this. So I like to see that a human verified it because this is AI did it, but the human verify, you actually just click on this little cross and hit verify scale, and then click on. I have my snap off. I usually like turning my snap on and off, but that's how you turn it on and off down there. So I'll just get kind of close and you'll get the point. So I'm off 2 inches because I didn't snap to it. So it's a correct scale, and it draws a little box around it visually on the left side so you can see human verified it. And again, everybody that does this, if one person does it, everybody sees this little box. So somebody can trust that somebody verified it. And that's that. So now let's draw a little picture. Let's do like an area takeoff just to show you how that works. So areas, well, a couple things I also like to do is the D key. So D for dimension. I'm always dimensioning things. D for dimension, and that's a hotkey that you're gonna really like. You know, hit the D key, go, move things around. Works great. Let's hit the area button up here. One thing that's really cool, I might as well just show you this because, like, let's say I want to do skylights. So you hover over it, say copy text. I love this. Copy as text. Hit the area button, Control V. Now that text is copied, and start takeoff. That's just a cool little feature. So now you just do your area box, right? Check, check, check. You can also hold and click, which is box mode. Ooh, I don't like that it makes a label automatically. They just did. See this label right here? They just added that feature. I got to figure out how to turn that off. Literally just dropped like today. Thanks, Heber. But these guys move so quick. So now when you're done doing a takeoff, I want to know how to turn that thing off. Hold. Oh, see, here I am learning stuff too. So if you hit your little face on the top right, you go to settings. There's a ton of settings in here. Random fact, one of our users asked to do crosshair settings last week. Bam, it's deployed now. That's just kind of how fast these guys move. But so auto show label for takeoffs. I don't like that they defaulted that, but it's cool that they did it. So I'm gonna kill it. So now that I killed it, if I hit N for new, it's kind of like spacebar in OST if you guys use OST. But if you click an object, you can also start it on the right side. But if you click an object, hit N for new, and then it'll start it. We'll see if that setting killed it. Yes, okay, it turned that off. Okay, because I don't like that label. That's bothered me, but you can turn it on, whatever, maybe you do you. Okay, so that's objects. You can move it with the move handle. You can also grab multiple objects and hold Alt. You don't have to grab this move handle. Sometimes the move handle's in weird spots, but Alt's your friend. You can double click on the line to add more dots. So double click dot, right? If you want to delete dots, you double click them to kill them. You can Control C, Control V, Control V. You can grab multiple, Control C, Control V, right? It's pretty user friendly in that regards. So let's kill these because that's a lot of crap. Delete, delete, delete. So that's that kind of the navigation. Oh, let me talk about the mouse wheel. So zooming in, right? Zoom in with the mouse wheel. You can hold Shift to go left to right. You can hold Control to go up and down. And you can hold mouse wheel to pan around, right? But the coolest thing that I've done is the right mouse button. If you hold the right mouse button, it pans, which is really phenomenal once you get used to it. I'm like, I don't know how I haven't lived without it. When I go to other tools that doesn't have the right mouse button to move, I'm like, whoa, turn that on. Okay, so now let me talk about the right side, the conditions, because this is kind of critical to life. And our workflow at zzTakeoff, we have templates. So you can hit this templates tab just to show you what's in here. And these are templates that are all set up already. And you can group these by different groupings. So we call this scope classification. It's kind of how you buy it. Other people might call it bid package too. So these are kind of sorted by scope classification. And then we also can sort it by, so you hit this little grouper button on the top right. That's your friend. And you can click on uniformat. So now it's by uniformat at the level, top level. You can also do another group it down below and do uniformat and then scope classification when you hit 1, 2. So now if you go into slab on grade, there's going to be cast in place concrete. If you know anything about uniformat, right, there's a lot of things under uniformat's where it goes. Scope classes, who does it. So you can pivot them either way depending on what you're doing. So let's stick with scope class since that's more of an industry standard. So let's say we're doing, I don't know, this CMU wall. So you can grab the CMU wall, right click, grab it, add to takeoff, and now it goes from your template to your takeoff. You can also grab multiple, grab a bunch of them, right click, add the takeoff, bam, it'll show up. You can also do like, I need a fence. You can search for fence and it'll pull that up, right click, drop it in. But let's just focus on the CMU wall. pretend we're doing a CMU wall on the construction plan. Like let's say it's on the outside, even though this one's not. And this is a little weird thing from PlanSwift. This PlanSwift kind of feature. If you gotta hit this green dot to start. OST people are so used to clicking that and going, and it doesn't do anything. You're like, but I actually click the thing, hit N for new, and then go. That also works. But it's really about this green dot. It's red dot. So green means go. Click the green dot. Now you're in takeoff mode. Good job, you. And then you can literally just trace the wall, and you can hold shift to remove the ortho. So when you have an object, takeoff object, let's say this is a different widget. Double click on it to open up the settings. And let's say this is a 15-foot tie wall. You see how it automatically updates. If you just know a couple tricks, you can get this set up quickly. You just double click in here. You see how it says wall height in these brackets. The brackets are called tags, square brackets. So any property anywhere in this freaking thing, like I could type in measurement 1 and it would pull off 740, 709. It would put that in the description. I think. Let me just try it. Let me measure. Go down a rabbit hole, but maybe that doesn't show up. Measurement 1. Hold. Sorry, user error. Typically, it's the headers. It's actually wall area. You see a wall area shows up 704.99. You can get that to show up in the description. And you can do things like DIMEN, dimension. And then we'll actually do the dimension 70 with the little dashes. There's a lot of little tricks like that, but I'll stop going on tangents. But to engage that mode, you got to do text with tags, and then it turns blue. So, anyways, so you have the ability to add 3 measurements. You can add more right here, up to 3, and change it to whatever you need to. Volume, linear widgets. If you change the scale to, like, I don't know, let's do it 30 inches. See how it auto scales right there, right? And then even the name updates for you, because I have the text with tags with inches. And so that's the crux of how you do this stuff. You can Control C, Control V. One of the things that's different about OST is this side is all pages. So let me go to another page and just do more of these walls, pretend there's a lot of them. See how that quantity goes up? So this is the total of every page. It's different than what we're used to in OST, because OST, the left, this is just this page. So I got, I could turn the legend on too. Show legend, right? There's 2,800 square feet on this page. And then if I go to this page, there's a lot less, right? With that 700 feet there. So that's the crux of it. The only thing I haven't touched is reports. So reports, you go to reports over here on the far left side. By default, it should be grouped by scope classification if I did it right. And then you can kind of hit collapse all. There's my masonry right there. Like, well, I want to see it by page. Well, then you can just hit group by, search for page, hit the group by button, and then it shows up here. You got to move it over to there. So now it's by page. By page, scope, class, takeoff, right? You could do kind of what the world's your oyster in this reporting world. You can even grab columns and hide them, move them left to right. Like, I want to sort it by who created it. Apparently, I'm an unknown user right now in this environment, but so I could grab the column header, move it over there. Now it's grouped by created by whoever did it. And it's just so flexible. And then you get an export, Excel, and then you have a little Excel file you can highlight and have your comfy blanket in Excel, right? It's opening up on the screen, but then it even has the groupers. Granted, I'm an unknown user, so that looks really funky, but you get the point. So reports, there's a ton here. And I'm going to explain the difference between advanced takeoffs and items in one of the self-work assembly workflows, because that gets into or advanced features. Like, let me just give you an example because it's cool. Like, you can go to templates. You can go check this out too. Go to templates and grab a room. Grab this room one, right click, add the takeoff. So rooms, now pretend we're doing a room. Like, this is I would name it whatever room it is, but now you have child line items, floor, wall, ceiling, base, right? And if you change the height, you could double click on one of these. You're like, well, how does it know the wall height? Like, let's make it 20 feet tall. So our paint number should be way higher, right? Yep, check. If you double click on paint walls, you can see this formula in here, linear times wall height. And you can add custom formulas and do basically all assemblies should now be done in the Takeoff system. Once I show you like what you can do with, I think I even added one right here. I'm going down a rabbit hole, but like mat slab, this is where you can get form, place, finish, rebar. Like I won't go into how awesome this is. I'll do that more in depth in my other video. But that's, well, let me think of anything else. All right, Adam did this epic training on Friday, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh yeah, man, I gotta show you that. So community, if you go to the community tab, this is a phenomenal place to hit the training videos. Like when I learned OST, it was kind of like I watched a few of these training videos. I've literally watched all these to learn zzTakeoff because I'm such a nerd. But if you watch these tutorial video 1, 2, 3, 4, like you're dangerous quickly. They're really short videos. They're great. I think if you watch like this one with Darren, he goes through an hour overview. Apparently, there's a before you start. Maybe watch that one. I haven't seen that one. I don't know. All right, what else did Adam have? Let's look at it. Oop, not that one. I don't know, I'll scroll through here. Maybe you'll be interested in this. If you can read it, you can stop and read this stuff. This is stuff we went over a lot of this stuff kind of quickly. Oh, curves, I should go through that. CAD, I'll do curves. There's tons of stuff to learn here. Oh, I didn't even do the search. Fail, Kyle, fail. Come on. So Takeoff, if you want to search for anything, hit the search bar on the top right or Control F. Hit search. It's like Bluebeam on steroid. Let's say I'm looking for the word medium, M-E-D-I-U-M. So it'll find anywhere there's a medium world. You can even like check box these and hit create and make like little takeoffs from them too. They just dropped that this week. You can choose what pages. Like, oh, I just want to search the structurals, the arch, or you could just do, basically all the Bluebeam features are here. Contains whole words, match with. They even have like, I don't know what medium means. That's interesting. So that's the search. Arcs, I guess I could do that for 30 seconds. So if I do arcs, it'll look Rulon's even in here right now. Okay, so that's how you know when another person's in here. Another person shows here, you can follow them, and then you're following them. That's funny. He's weird. He works on Sunday. If I'm doing a linear takeoff, let me just show you how to do an arc for 30 seconds. So you hit the A button for arc, and then you click, and then it does that. So it's a little tricky. It's actually not that tricky. You just hit A for arc. Okay, anything else, Adam, that I missed? Because you're really good at this. Erase. Keyboard hotkeys. Oh, these are your friend. Really N. And there's some other ones that looks like you use. Control Z works wonderful. D for dimension. N for new, we talked about. Just go hit the question box up here and get keyboard hotkeys. You can read them. Awesome. I'm going to make a couple more best practices. I didn't even talk about layers. Layers are freaking critical. I can't believe I forgot about that. So layers, think of OST, right? You just have one person at a time. So the best workflow is to make a layer for your name. So let's call this, I'm doing drywall. And then I'll put my name. If that's the scopes I'm doing, then you hit create layer. So now you have a layer with you see all my conditions just disappeared. You're like, where'd they go? Well, that's because otherwise you're going to compound each other and it gets annoying quickly. It's nice to have them separated. So it's just your stuff that you're looking at. So now you can drop stuff into your templates and go to town. This is just my layer. But one thing, so awesome. I nailed it. I'll talk that in the best practices. So cheers to this.